I will first talk about minerals.
Okay.
And then the wines, because you mentioned minerals.
I talk about the copper and lithium.
It is true. Chile is the most important producer and with the most reserves of copper in the world. We have a long tradition of exploitation of minerals in general in the country, back in more than 100 years, and different kind of minerals. Yes, it is true that there is a link between our two countries in this area of minerals and critical minerals and rare earth, and all this linked to these new technologies linked to that. Chile is open to this exploitation of different kind of minerals, including lithium, and it's very open. They are open processes. As I mentioned, the regulations are very old in the country, so there is a set of norms and laws concerning the exploitation of minerals, and we are looking forward for the more participation of Indian companies in all these processes. I mentioned these are open bids. Calls for different projects, and the best would be to associate with Chilean companies, being Codelco the most important, but there are also private companies doing this kind of research, exploitation, and we are open to receive investments also from India in that sense. We know that India will be a big consumer of critical minerals, in particular copper, for the different programs, no? Electrification, EV. Vehicles, lithium especially for EVs, and we could be a good trust partner in the energy security for India. That is something that we are also including in the conversations of our CIPA. Concerning wines, yes, you are right. We have a long tradition of producing and selling wines. In fact, we are called the wines of the New World, but we have been producing wines since centuries, because when the Spanish arrived into our part of the world, they realized very soon that in Chile there were extraordinary conditions for the growing and harvesting of wine, good quality wine, and they needed, among other reasons, for the mass celebration. No? So they planted, and they realized that there was very good conditions. So later in the 19th century, many industrialists found also that there was a good investment to produce wines. They imported several ceps from varieties from France and other countries, and they realized that it was very, very good. And in the last 50 years, 40 years, more technology has been increased, incorporated into the industry, and right now Chile is one of the most important countries in the world in terms of exported wines. And we have presence worldwide. Many times wine is a much better ambassador of Chile than we can be doing, because everybody knows Chilean wines and likes them. The relationship between price and quality is very convenient for us, and we have been successful in having our products, our wine, in many countries. In 2 words, the country is very isolated, so had never been attacked by diseases that affect the wines. It's Mediterranean climate. There is a huge variation between day and night in temperatures. It's a dry summers, very incidence of very low frost in winter. So all these are conditions for very robust, healthy, and would yield production of wines. The soils are also alluvial. Roots can go easily on looking for nutrients. And technology is there, innovation is there, and also the geography of the country facilitates. We have a long country with a lot of latitude differences, and apart from the day and night temperature, the south north distribution, there is also an east-west in terms of relief of the there is Andes mountains, the Central Valley, and then there is the coast range of mountains with a valley, a face on the valley and a face on the ocean. So there is a great great possibilities of trying different things in wine, and people have been able to do that. So yes, wine is a very important product for us. In India, we are trying to introduce this. You mentioned a magazine. Yes, there are several magazines, and we have been doing several activities of promotion of wine in this. And you can find our products, wine products, in different parts of India.
Okay, thank you so much for this, sir, wonderful views about the wine industries and the trade aspects, sir. So in terms of trade aspects, we would like to know, in Chile, we heard that there are Indian companies present like TCS and Bajaj. In India also, do we have Chilean companies, sir?
We have more Indian companies in Chile, as the ones you mentioned, than Chilean companies in India. Our companies have been so far dedicated to the Latin American in general market in terms of investment. We have investments of Chilean here, but it's most in the financial sector. There is a company based in Bangalore which set up a unit. It's called Falabella. It's a conglomerate. They have presence in India. I would say it's the biggest Chilean company. I hope that in the future more companies will come here to establish. We have representatives of Chilean companies, but there are no more than 3 or 4 by the time being. I hope that in the future this will change to have more presence of both sides. No, logistics is a problem for this expansion or quick expansion. We need to know more about each other in terms of what opportunities are, what the facilities are, what incentives in terms of regulations are. I could mention in that sense that we have signed an agreement on to avoid the double taxation between our two countries. Is in force since 2000. We signed it in 2020, but it is in force since some years. That is to facilitate the repatriation of investments, to avoid the double taxation. And also we are also finishing very soon to finish an agreement on social security that will help also workers from both sides that are working in the respective countries to facilitate the contributions to the social security, pensions, and this kind of things that facilitates the investments. And in the CIPA we have a chapter to incentive and develop investments, and we are working hard in finishing this agreement that will help on this flux of capitals going from one day to another.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for this honest view, sir. I think in India also you have started the Chile Summit, the first Chile Summit.
The Chile Summits were some events that we organized on the occasion of the visit of authorities from Chile. The first was in 2023.
Okay.
We organized with the director of Chile. Then we did something in 2024 when the visit of the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Chile, and last has been in 2025 with the visit of the President of Chile. We think that it would be a good idea to continue these events. In some other parts of the world, we do what we call Chile Day or Chile Week. So we are thinking that there could be a good way to continue the efforts and keep our presence in the Indian market, which is huge, and it is one of those countries that you need to be present and maintain the effort, otherwise will be lost in time. So yes, these are events where we have come with a delegation of business people, businessmen, private sector, and public sector. We have been doing this mix between public and private, and it has been very successful. In the last round of negotiations, I mentioned in the beginning of the CIPA, we also had a delegation of 5-6 entrepreneurs from Chile that were there with the officials from the public sector. It's very, very useful.
Thank you so much, sir. And so recently you celebrated 215th anniversary of independence celebrations of Chile in India. 215, sir?
Yeah, well, the independence it's 1810, so it's 215 years.
You celebrated the reception.
Yes.
215th.
Yes.
Receptions, 1810. So, and sir, the important thing is that you had some Chilean gastronomy there. So we would like to know what are the famous dishes.
Well, we have very famous, very well-known dishes in the country. The food in general is very varies. We have a variation if it is in the coast, in the center of the country, in the north, south. We have 4,000 kilometers extension. So the distance of the country from the north to the south is 4,000 kilometers. So it gives a lot of variations and varieties in food. The ingredients are excellent, and more we are introducing better ways to produce recipes and tastes and variations in our meals. And last time I remember that we presented ceviche, which is a combination of his food with some ingredients, vegetables ingredients. There are many recipes of ceviche in the world, but this time we presented with Chilean salmon and a combination with Chilean salmon and Indian sea bass to work on the mixture or fusion between two ingredients from two countries. We had also, I remember, pisco sour, which is one of our national drinks. Pisco from Chile and sour, some lemon, some sugar. Yes, we offer that also. People for wines, of course. We have a version of humitas. Humitas is a corn cake. Corn base with basil and some salt and onions. We also had alfajores, which is also typical from Chile, with what we call manjar, that we brought it from Chile directly. Salads, we had a Chilean salad with simple tomato, onions, and we had also pebre, which is also very typical from Chile. Pebre, it's a combination of onion, some garlic, tomato, and coriander. So we had different, and in salmon we have a Chilean recipe, and we had 2 Indian recipes with Chilean salmon. Just a way to combine both cuisines.
Okay, thank you so much for this explanation, sir. We feel that we should taste Chilean gastronomy here.
Yes.
So, do we have Chilean restaurant in India or Indian restaurant in Chile, sir?
Well, unfortunately, we do not have a Chilean restaurant as such in India, but we do have a couple of restaurants specialized in Latin America.
Okay.
And then they have Chilean.
They serve Chilean food,
some Chilean recipes are there.
Okay.
On the contrary, of course, many Indian restaurants are present in Chile.
Okay, they are present.
Yeah, I don't know exactly the name, but some are very old and well known, very well established already. But of course, the Indian population in Chile is not very high. Numbers are between 2,000 to 3,000. Yeah, 2,000 to 3,000, which is for the numbers of India is very small, very small. But very active. Some people came there many years ago. They are well established also with some business. In Santiago, Valparaiso, there is a group also of people in the south, in Punta Arenas. Another group in Iquique, where there are free trade zones. So mainly people on trade, and also different kind of people. Now there are some companies doing some investment projects in Chile. Some employees of those companies have reached the country.
Okay.
But it is very unbalanced, because in Indians in Delhi or in India, there are no more than 20 or 30 people that we know. Maybe there are more, but we don't know about them. Tourism is a different thing. More people are coming more than every year to both sides. And many people also, as I mentioned in the beginning, came in the past and are coming for retreats or yoga retreats in some different ashrams or different institutions, and they come back to Chile. But I don't have numbers exactly because it's very difficult to know. They don't report to the embassy when they come here. Just coming back.
We heard that, sir, that the Chilean people, they come to India through ITEC program. Is it true, sir?